Forget Lex coming to my wedding uninvited and blacking out. I'll never forget that.
In all fairness, it was my fault that he blacked out.
You forced him to drink.
I kind of got him a drink and didn't realize the Russian in him had a mind of its own.
I went to Angel Schultz's wedding, and boy, got a little drunk. Now I'm not drunk. I'm wide awake, and I'm drinking coffee.
I'll never forget Lex.
I think we can get it on right now. What? What? Right now. Because I am tired of you, man. Every time you come around here, it's been words back and forth. I'm sick of it. I don't care how much you swell up. You know, keep an eye on him now. Now, don't throw no punches. I'm gonna talk to you for one second. Now look, let me tell you something. Before we get it on, I just want to tell you something. This is all. I love you. I think we can get it on right now. What?
Hey, my man, you ain't no wrestler. What the fuck you got on wrestler shoes for?
Whoa, you guys are mean.
Absolutely.
Jimmy Neutron's granddaddy right here.
You guys look like a before and after for a product that doesn't work.
We was like before.
For real, man?
What does ADD stand for? A dose of diabetes?
I'm ready for idiots.
You guys are wearing sweatpants and sweat skin. Have you guys just completely given up on Pepsi? Is that
Baby Doughboy, not me. I'm out here.
Doughboy? Wait, what?
His name was Doughboy.
Doughboy?
Yeah, I spell it D-O-B-O-Y.
D-O-B-O-Y. Yeah, I had a feeling you'd misspell it. You guys are two of my favorites. Two Chins and ASAP Rocky Road.
Wow. Wow. You didn't say this man. You just said we got a white dude.
Hey, my man.
I check in on Amber every now and then. I have empathy for everybody who's a victim, except her. Like, she ruined it for white women. Like, do you understand? Amber Heard sent white women back at least 2 weeks. Like, bro, if a comment section was a person, you talk in all caps. I told you now I'm abused. Wow, real Johnny Depp of you. Wow, you're the real pirate. You really think she was abused? Damn. What about Johnny? Was he abused? He's an old man, so he's a bajillionaire. Okay, the fact that you think that's a number, because he's old. So if the man is old, it's like they're done. Their word means nothing. We don't respect them. So you talk shit about my dad. Blake Lively too. She aged.
And that is breaststroke number one.
I can be John Malkovich. I'm sorry.
Hello, my name is John Malkovich.
I don't sound anything like him.
Oh, no, you sound exactly like this.
He comes up to me and he hit a cigar in his mouth and he goes, what is different people? I go, I don't know, I'll find them. He goes, find them, show me your leadership capability. He goes through the sketch where I was out on all the auditioning for Biff and Back to the Future. Like, hey, why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? I had to tell you, this is just great. I love this. This is a great movie. I was totally into like the peripheral and like weird things. So he's like, oh wow. Lights? A couple of cameras. Jason Sudeikis is always chewing gum. He goes like, everybody, right on. He sent me a very sweet text, but I could not read it without thinking of him chewing gum. There you go, buddy. Great performance. Loved it, buddy. Olivia and I loved it.
I can be John.
My girlfriend's husband thinks that red team always well.
You blunt.
Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show, everybody. Keaton and Kurt here in for Jimmy while he is on the road. this week. All right, this was a fast developing story, everyone. A very fast developing story. I don't even remember which show I did this on. If it was Jimmy's or mine, but Elon Musk expressed his dissatisfaction with the big beautiful bill just a couple days ago, saying a bill cannot be both big and beautiful. That is a contradiction in terms.
Doge is fake.
So, you know, I was like disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing.
I actually thought that when this big beautiful bill came along, and like everything he's done on Doge gets wiped out in the first year.
I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful. I don't know if it can be both.
Kyle does him very funny too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
To nail, you know, that Dutch accent is kind of hard, you know.
it's not quite that, but it's very, dude, you could tell that he was disappointed, you know, because he's, again, don't forget, a hardcore Asperger guy.
Oh yeah.
And so he is disappointed because as soon as this happened, and we reported a while ago about it, I'm sure you guys did too, about how Doge wasn't cutting anything. Bannon came on the show and told us, don't go to the Pentagon, it's worthless.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so people are crashing their fat scooters into trucks and all this for nothing.
Right.
But I think he didn't know because as soon as he realized the big beautiful bill, all of a sudden I started seeing a lot more. We got to go to Mars. Like
Right.
I think he got so disillusioned that he's
yeah.
like, oh no, let's just go to Mars. He's gonna occupy Mars, sure.
Yep. Oh no, very much get me the hell out of here kind of thing. And that is what he's doing. So the Trump War Room hosts Elon Musk. I look forward to continuing to be a friend, an advisor of the president, continuing to support the Doge team. And we are relentlessly pursuing $1 trillion in waste and fraud reductions, which will benefit the American taxpayer. But of course, he is.
I will continue to visit. I will continue to visit the White House. Oh, will you bring your
Continue to
son?
drink from the minibar.
Bring your son with the robot name.
I'll continue to sleep in the guest house at Mar-a-Lago. Yes, because that is what I will. But I will not have an official position here any longer. Here's Elon Musk bidding a bittersweet farewell.
So I look forward to continuing to be a friend and advisor to the president, continuing to support the Doge team, and we are relentlessly pursuing $8 trillion in waste and fraud reductions, which will benefit the American taxpayer. So that's it, really. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. There's a card for your bags if you need it outside the
Let's
kitchen.
make we'll show you out.
Yes, show you out. Yes. A disillusioned Musk, distance from Trump, says he is exiting Washington. I wish we
Yeah,
had
you
some
both,
violence support
buddy.
for this. Yeah, exactly. Elon Musk took a swipe at President Trump's signature domestic policy legislation, saying it would add to the national deficit. Well, it's not signature or anything yet because it hasn't passed. I mean, it still has to get through the Senate, which is going to be hard. He complained to administration officials about a lucrative deal that went to a rival company to build an artificial intelligence data center in the Middle East. God damn it. Spurned. And he has yet to make good on a $100 million pledge to Trump's political operation. So,
Want to hear something else?
It's not done
I
yet,
know, because my friend, I do a show called News for Women. I produce with Chloe. She's a buddy who's from Abu Dhabi, who's an arms dealer, and they poach Elon's talent. And guess what country doesn't have no tariffs on nothing? Abu Dhabi.
Mm.
So he's getting his stuff poached. That it has to be through Trump's people setting that up. He's
Right.
probably upset in many ways.
Yes, he seems pretty upset. Seems pretty bitter. Mr. Musk, who once called himself the president's first buddy, oh, that's sweet, is now he's my best friend. You were my best friend. Is now operating with some distance from Mr. Trump, as he says he is ending his government work to spend more time on his companies. Mr. Musk remains on good terms with Mr. Trump, according to White House officials. But he has also made it clear that he is disillusioned with Washington and frustrated with the obstacles he encountered as he upended the federal bureaucracy, raising questions about the strength of the alliance between the president and the world's richest man.
Do people think he's the world's richest man? I just want to ask, is everybody this fucking dumb that they really believe the richest man is Elon Musk. Do you think you would get to know the name of the richest man?
Well, he's the
It's in
world's
Forbes,
richest
so what?
mammalian man. The world.
No, he's not. No, he's not the richest man. Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot.
So you think you don't think the people richer than him are like the reptiles, like the shape-shifting lizards? You think there are warm-blooded
MBS.
vertebrate mammals who are richer than him? Is that what you're saying?
There's you hear the von Merkenstein?
No.
That I promise the richer.
All right. I'll take, well, maybe Trump should hire him next. Von Merkenstein should come. He
He's a
should take
front
over
man.
Doge.
Look, he's a disillusion. I see this with everyone. It's like once I hit my 40s in comedy, the same disillusionment of the business, I watch all these other people go through it. Guy who's a little bit spurgy, to say the least, and he really was like excited that he's it's not a lot of waste. And he's just some dumb nerd. The whole media made out like he's the power behind every stupid liberal, especially in New York. Oh, Elon controls Trump. Did you really? Do people think that nerd was in charge? No, he's yet another nerd that is being taken advantage of while he's there. Did you watch Barbenheimer? This is how it works.
Well, the thing about Elon is because he donated so much money, you notice Trump doesn't go after him the way he goes after the other people when he pushes back. Right? He remains very diplomatic. Trump was yeah, exactly. Mr. Musk was the biggest known political spender in the 2024 election, and he told Mr. Trump's advisors this year that he would give $100 million to groups controlled by the president's team before the 2026 midterms. As of this week, the money hasn't come in yet, according to multiple people familiar with the matter, who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe the behind-the-scenes dynamic. The billionaire's imprint is still firmly felt in official Washington through that effort, an initiative to drastically cut spending that has deployed staff across the government. But Mr. Musk has said in recent days that he spent too much time focused on politics and has lamented the reputational damage he and his companies have suffered because of his work in the Trump administration. Well, I say he earned it. I think I probably did spend a bit too much time on politics, Mr. Musk said in an interview this week with Ars Technica, a tech news outlet. He added, it was just relative time allocation that probably was a little too high on the government side, and I've reduced that significantly in recent weeks. I've tweaked the dials in my back. In February, Mr. Musk leaked on stage at the conservative Yes, this just seemed like just yesterday, at CPAC with a chainsaw and remarked how easy it was to save billions of dollars, sometimes in an hour. Yeah, like it's wild, he said. Mr. Musk's Doge team has repeatedly inflated its cost-saving efforts, at times posting erroneous claims about ending federal contracts that they later deleted. Oh yeah, no, that was definitely move fast, break things. Most of what they said they were doing was absolute bullshit. Yeah.
Right, but like it's just like Cash Patel and all these people think they're going to do whatever. Not Bangino. I think he was rotten from the start, but maybe Cash Patel. But they all are like the young. Oh, knock down the house, AOC. Remember that documentary on Netflix?
Right, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Jimmy saying "force the vote." AOC's slogan.
Right.
Now Jimmy's violent for saying it's a slogan she came up with.
Right.
How long is everyone going to fall for this stuff? You know, and what I'm amazed at, especially now that I don't know if you know, but Joe Rogan's Club is the seat of Western power now. But people come in, I can't believe I meet. I meet all these Intel people. I blurt out MK Monarch right in their face immediately to see how they react. I meet all these people, and what I'm blown away by the most is there's a bunch of people that when you see it, you go, oh, you didn't know? And that's worse than them being in on it from the start. That's when you realize how screwed this is, because they compartmentalize all the way up the pyramid. These people have power over, like people are lying their way up the chain. So besides spying on you, they're really not getting good information at the top. And now you're seeing it like kind of break apart, like Michael Malice's book, White Pill. It collapses under its own weight eventually because it gets absurd. Like we're well into clown world now, you know?
Certainly, yes. This week, Mr. Musk told the Washington Post that it was an uphill battle trying to improve things in D.C. The cuts he wanted to enact were far more difficult than he expected. Oh, that's right. And a lack of interest in learning more about the bureaucracy he considered toxic impeded his efforts, particularly on Capitol Hill, according to people familiar with his efforts who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe internal discussions. Well, the reason that is the case is because, the cuts that they were making really symbolic in nature and very, very small, obviously, as a percentage of the overall budget, which it was obvious from day one, if you weren't going to touch the Pentagon, there was no point in doing this at all. And yeah, they said they were going to. They say a lot of shit. I mean,
They didn't cut those things either.
No,
The Biden things got funded in the continuing resolution. Thomas Massey always, always honest with it. So back then we knew. Biden's bullshit's still funded. Do you think there's two teams anymore, everyone? Does everyone still think that?
USAID just got folded into the Department of State under Rubio. Like this is what they want to do. They want to consolidate power as much as possible within the jurisdiction of the executive branch, both as a technical matter and even in more abstract ways as a cultural matter. Don't forget, funds Harvard. Trump expected Harvard to bend the knee like Columbia did. So that's why he didn't want to disempower Harvard. He wanted to bring it under the practical virtual control of the executive branch. Do this, this, and this. Control where these students come from, what they think. You have to pass an ideological audit, and you'll get the money. Now, Harvard told them to go fuck themselves, and so he told it right back to them. But the plan was to bend them to his will, which he had good reason to think he could do. Columbia did it. So the whole project of DOGE so far has been, to the extent that they have made cuts, they have tried to consolidate operations as much as they can within this small group of people so that they can dictate day-to-day operations more than they could control some bureaucrat who is under some other.
So last night he used him. Honestly, nothing better than when a guy breaks this out. I seriously can't stop.
Stitching. And that was what USAID was, pardon me. And as far as the Pentagon cuts, yeah, they were not going to go there. Obviously, the budget calls for Pentagon increases. When it comes to his efforts to upend the bureaucracy, Mr. Musk insisted last month that it is possible to meet his goal of slashing $1 trillion of federal spending. But it's a long road to go, and it's really difficult. It's sort of how much pain are the cabinet and is Congress willing to take? Or are like ordinary people who need like Medicaid?
He's talking about that. He's talking about Social Security and Medicaid.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
Like that's what she's about.
Oh, I guess my mother will just not get her Social Security straight too. That's
right.
Fine.
Right.
Great.
Right. The reason that's a tough vote for Congress is not because it inflicts pain on them. It's because it inflicts pain on ordinary people who they need to vote for them. And the fact you didn't see that coming is indicative of the sort of ideological bent and sort of like philosophical persuasion of a lot of these big tech people. They just don't think shit. It's moving.
AI.
Yeah,
they are autistic.
Right.
I don't know how anybody thinks they didn't make these people on purpose, because when you think about them, they're the perfect consumer. You can tell them what gender to be randomly online.
Right.
Like they're good with tech. They're
right.
Great employees, right? They're weird with personal relationships, so you don't have to worry about that at the office. You tell me that's not an intentional thing they were hoping to come up with?
Oh, of course.
They look Disney crap, no matter how bad it is.
Oh, the whole creation of that economic sector is so that people like Elon can get rich in their gym shorts. They never have to go outside. They never have to deal with anybody else. They just.
They're all the FTX kid.
Right.
And they don't understand why you would. They don't even get what. Zuckerberg's like, oh, people aren't friends. We'll make them computer friends.
We'll make you computer friends. Problem solved, right? Isn't that right? The solution is not how do we make people more socialized. It's no, we'll create a friend for you. Exactly.
How can we make a more realistic vagina?
Because it can be done, but it requires dealing with a lot of complaints. Yes, a lot of complaints from people who need medicine who won't be able to afford it if you did what you wanted to do.
And the AI problem to go fuck themselves.
Right, go fuck themselves, exactly. He said it remained to be seen whether there was sufficient political will in Congress and elsewhere to actually do that. So, Newswire, White House to seek just $9 billion in spending cuts from Congress out of the $175 billion in claimed savings found by Musk's Doge. So remember when they said it was going to be $4 trillion, and then they said it was going to be $2 trillion, and then they said, well, now it's going to be 150. Now they're claiming 175. White House to seek just $9 billion at the end of the day for all that.
I can't even keep Ukraine going for 3 hours.
Yeah, right, exactly. Arnaud Bertrand says they went from the original promise of cutting $2 trillion, 28% of the budget, down to $9 billion, 0.1%, 1/10 of 1%. Frick Union, the richest man on earth who has cost hundreds of thousands of people their jobs, wants to play the victim.
He's
Very
not
sad.
the
On the way
richest,
out.
and that's why he couldn't cut anything. If he were the richest man on earth, they'd have to do what he said. But he's not. I know people love saying it, but you can't see that he's not just from this alone.
Good point. Arnaud Bertrand says, I was making this point the other day. This is why the so-called Department of Government Efficiency is very unlikely to achieve much. Because when you look at who actually works for the U.S. federal government, the immense majority, about 80% of people, are related to defense and national domestic security. The U.S. is, more than any country on earth, a military and police state. Yes. Ding, ding, ding. Rise for our code. And given
Breakaway civilization. That's what it is. It's not out in outer space. It's right here in front of your dumb face.
Oh, yeah. It's all around us. All around us. Absolutely. The people who can afford to fix their brakes when they go. Well, it's essentially a breakaway civilization. That's essentially what it is. Right?
The rumors are they have a whole Star Trek that they just didn't tell you. Remember Star Trek where they're traveling the galaxy?
Right.
So the weirdest the people, just to tell you the psychological, where everybody's at psychologically, is that they secretly just had one, but they just, imagine that in Star Trek, they just didn't tell Earth.
Right.
Nobody in Earth got to know there was a Star Trek.
Right. Exactly. And given Trump and Republicans' agenda of a stronger military, stuff like solving the border crisis, deporting illegals, etc., they're likely to very much increase jobs in those areas, not decrease. That's right. Hard to see the U.S. ending up with a much smaller army under a Trump administration. The bill, the big, beautiful bill, calls for $45 billion with a B dollars in new immigrant jails. That is 5 times the Doge savings that they are putting in the bill. Again, when you have a police, this is exactly it. That's exactly it. I mean, it's a kind of a relief, honestly, that they're building here. I guess they can't get the Peacock point so fast. So these people will be here where they can maybe someday get some due process. If we ever have any semblance of democracy ever again, that'd be nice. We can hope, can't we? But yeah, that's $45 billion. That's $45 billion. That's 5 times the Doge savings right there. And this is a very important point. This is why it's a very important thing he said. A police state, you can't have a police state government. You can have one or the other. You want to dismantle the establishment, you have to disassemble the police state infrastructure, not military standing, just the police state alone. Just the police state alone. You can't enforce that while ushering in this libertarian dream. It's a contradiction. In terms, this is why I always thought like the libertarians who were hyper excited about Trump and Doge, but the other part of this is building a deportation machine, which is a police state. You can't build a deportation machine without assembling a police state. That costs money, even whatever, philosophical differences aside, that requires a major investment. That far transcends, if you look at a distribution of resources, that far surpasses what you're going to save by firing the blue-haired lady at USAID. But this is always going to end up this way.
Talk to me like venture capital, like America's a shell company. Okay, so the real country of these people, whatever this 1% is, put their investment in, and they're getting their investment back. If the doors fall off the plane, F you. If anything goes wrong, this is a shell company. It's not a real country.
Right.
Okay, that's all. It's real simple if you look at it that way. You can tell, you can see what it is. It doesn't add up the numbers. You're right. So why would they be? It's not a mistake.
No.
They're like, oh, it's just greed. Yeah, no, it is. But also, they know what they're doing. That's why they're getting rich from it. So
of course.
The people invested, they're getting their investment back, and they're pulling out this loser of a company.
Right? It's impossible. It's impossible. What the vision of Doge was impossible to implement on these terms. So he finishes. So if 80%, this is what we're talking about, if 80% of the government is essentially out of bounds for Doge right from the get-go, it's largely pointless initiative from the standpoint of broad government efficiency. Exactly.
Mars has less gravity, so it'll probably work better there. It's just as much gravity here.
Right, exactly. Exactly. But that's it. And they're not even talking about leaving that 80% alone. It's not only that it's out of bounds, they want to increase resources for that. They want to build more immigration jails. They want to increase the Pentagon budget. Right? So it's not just that that's out of bounds. No, they want to add to that.
Bernie Madoff could not stop. He had to keep it going until he was caught. He could never stop it. He could never disclose it. Right. Never stop it. He had to keep it going. No choice. That's where we're at. They have to keep the scam going. It's just that simple. They're going to run it. And hopefully a war starts. Why are they trying for war so hard? Because what gets us out of this when they do this? Billions missing from the Pentagon. Well, we can't account for it. Oh, no, 9/11. No, we got to work. So it's like a fire in California. It's all the same thing. You burn it down for the insurance.
Yep, exactly. It's like the sporting goods store that got busted out by Tony and Paulie there. Right?
Our system of government is Greek lightning.
Yeah. What was the name of that store in the show? I forget. But anyway, they did scam people all right. Look at the impressions on this one. Remember when this was very exciting news? The Pentagon just failed its 7th audit in a row, and Elon quote tweets it. Sounds like a job for Doge. 45.9 million views, 243,000 likes. There was.
Audit. One. They're not allowed to give them one. This is a little inaccuracy there. Something we don't know if they can pass an audit. They will not have one. It's so much worse than they failed it.
Oh yeah.
They failed to have one.
Trump, February 19th, 2025, says Glenn Greenwald, we're cutting the Pentagon budget by 8%. Trump yesterday, during his White House meeting with Netanyahu, we're so excited, we're increasing military spending by $150 billion to create the first ever $1 trillion annual Pentagon budget. That's right. That was from Netanyahu's visit.
English people want to dance to this great news.
In April. Michael Tracy's always got the deadpan sarcasm. Elon tweet here from 2 months ago. I know Defense Department procurement better than I know any part of the government before Doge. Major reform is needed, and it will happen. Narrator, it didn't happen. Nicely done. And I love this one too. One thing's for sure, we are all indebted to Elon Musk for making good on his pledge to smash the deep state by going hard at the National Park Service and Consumer Financial Protection Bureau while ignoring the Pentagon and intelligence agencies. Well said. See, so ends the saga of Doge.
He's a front. He's a front to like all your leaders and Jake Tapper. All these people are just forward-facing parts of the thing to keep you occupied. All they're waiting for, and I didn't get this from anything top secret, they say it, these tech freaks. All those bunkers that they built, Zuckerberg and all them, they're openly saying why they did it. Because they think AGI, artificial general intelligence, is about to come out any minute and destroy breaking points in the reporting that. They're going to destroy all the jobs. And people are going to get real mad because of social upheaval. And that's what the bunkers are for. That's their words. That's not what I came up with. So buckle up for that. I guess get ready.
You're right. Chris Hedges described the election as a contest between the corporatists and the oligarchs, with the Democrats being the corporatists and the Republicans being the oligarchs. And I think that's a very smart way of looking at it. Corporatists rely on cooperation with other countries and other bureaucrats. They have conferences, they have cocktail parties, whereas the oligarchs, it's just like rentier capitalism. It's toll booth capitalism. Oh, we own the roads. You want to drive on the roads, you got to pay us. We own the phones. You want to talk on the phone, you got to pay us, right? That's this crew. This is the sort of maverick oligarchs versus the entrenched corporatists, but the result is still a funneling of wealth and power to them at the expense of everyone else. When you look at this budget and you look at the deregulation of AI, you look at the increased investment in prisons, you look at all of the red tape they're trying to create to make it harder for people to get Medicaid and Social Security and housing.
was failure because arousal starts in your brain, not just below the belt. Check out Rougier Red. This potent ED med enters your bloodstream.
Is flee, own nothing, and be happy. Except when the Democrats are in control, it's own nothing and be happy. MAGA seems to be own nothing and be angry. Own nothing and be aggrieved. Own nothing and be grateful the immigrants own less. That's basically what this is.
Oh, yeah. It's the eternal battle of fascist versus pervert, and there's a lot of revolving door action in that. Obviously, there's a lot of crossover. Eagle versus snake. You can fight priest versus king. It's an age-old thing, but you are never going to get out of that stupid, what do you call it, Freemason duality. You're never getting out of that. You're never going to have another choice. Your only choice besides those two things are the same thing, or you can pick a new gender. A limitless gender. You don't get to say what party you're. You're right wing, just so you know. I don't know what you think you are, but I'm legally right wing. That's how that works. That'll be assigned to you at birth. But you can pick nonsense things for yourself. We've clearly moved into that. Most people are not following this. I'm going to see my friends tonight. They don't know any of this shit. Just so you know. They're following what's happening. Some of them are following Blake Lively.
Right.
What's going on with that. Okay? Just so so whenever I blather about mind control, do you think it's not happening? This is more stupid than I even remember back when we were stupid when I was young. I level it's stupid now, and distracted cow is like normal. I mean, it really is something else. And it ain't normal. And you go to other countries, even like compromised ones like England, they're a little bit more literate.
The word is distracted. That's what George Carlin says, that Americans are made to feel free through the exercise of meaningless choices. Right? They give you the illusion of choice because the exercise of meaningless choices makes you feel like you have some agency and some power within the.
Yeah, you're the
So he said, if you want to vote, there are only two major parties you can vote for, and there's very little daylight between them. But if you want ice cream, there's 28 flavors, right? You can pick as many flavors of ice cream as you want.
I think of
but
my
the
gender as
choices
ice
matter.
cream.
Yeah, there you go. Well, now they moved in. Yeah.
The more ice cream, the better.
I mean that's fine. I mean it's funny, but it also speaks to a point. Increasing the availability of meaningless choices that don't affect politics.
Plus some race bullshit too.
Yeah.
We have a new story about white versus black violence. That everybody's gonna take it. They can rely on Jeremy from the Quartering to report on 4 times a day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because the guy's coffee business is failing. It's a show. Why I like Jimmy is he's such has an inability, which I have an ability to do. I can't get along with certain things once I know it. And so all you gotta do is not be a shill, but that's at every level. What are you gonna do? All my friends go, I just want to keep my head down and do my job. Because I'm relentless with them, so I make them say it out loud before I stop.
This is the thing, man. The thing about that is, look, I wrestle with this. One of the reasons I'm really excited to talk to Gabor Mate on Monday is that, I have kids. I have 2 6-year-olds, I have a 1-year-old, and my 1-year-old doesn't know nothing now, but my 6-year-olds are starting to learn about girl.
Have they picked a gender yet?
Yeah. They did not. They're starting to learn about things, and this is where and this is a preview of Monday, what our conversation is going to be. Some of it is your conscience as a person that wants to teach your kid to be a good person and a civic-minded person and a kind person is, if I'm being totally honest, odds with the parental instinct, which is to protect your child, right? I don't want my kid to know. I don't want my kid to know about fucking Israel. I don't want them to know. I don't even want to know who the president is. I want to protect them from that because those are very dark things to know about now. At the same time, that clashes with not only what I do for a living, but it clashes with the kind of person I'd like them to be, right? And so your friends who want to tune out, at a certain point, it's not going to be reconcilable anymore. People are just going to have to get engaged because the forces of evil are on the march and they're not stopping unless we stop them. So you don't really have, you're not going to have the luxury of being able to just, out of sight, out of mind anymore.
I'm not usually that far ahead of people either. It's funny I'm watching Brad Diddy, back when Russell was. So I'm not that far ahead of the class like that, but I'm watching it. It's very encouraging to see people see through it now. Even in those Christian spaces where that prosperity gospel crap and all that other stuff, all that Hal Lindsey, late great Planet Earth,
Right.
Christian Zionist, that's all falling apart. And I'm glad to see it because that is a bad philosophy, probably a psyop. They don't want you to be devoted to any kind of religion. That's a problem. It's like Slavoj Žižek, that voice that, but he used to say in Slovenia, they didn't want you to be too much of a true believer in common. They wanted you to be a kind of breaking points, crystal ball type of, I want to maintain a relationship with power.
Exactly.
If you believed in it too much, your problem as much as a guy that doesn't believe in it. And the Bormonte, same thing. They knew in Hungary it was propaganda. That's the difference. Here, they're doing a better job in North Korea by far, propagandizing people.
Come see us live in Los Angeles, Buffalo, Toledo, Montreal, Ottawa, Glasgow, Manchester, Belfast, Dublin, London, Liverpool, Birmingham. Go to jimmygore.com for a link for tickets.
This is the simplest way to silence snoring at home.
I tried these popular anti-snoring solutions so you don't have to. And there's only one that works. Mouth tape is just
Welcome to another installment of NNN where we give it to you straight, no chaser. The Diddy Diggler, well, you know, they released some photos from the Miami raid, and it's just, you know, it's baby oil, it's Astroglide, it's dildos, it's pumps, it's clit motherfucking, it's whips, chains, bondage, handcuffs, man. This dude was, he's a masterful freak. This is gonna win Freak of the Year every year until he's dead, goddammit. This motherfucker. Graze him well. Damn. Who signed the bad boy? I'm just saying, this motherfucker's in jail for being a freak. That's all the evidence y'all got is baby oil, chips and whips and chains and shit. I guarantee you, the police officer's house, he got the same goddamn Diddy got. Except he got official handcuffs. It has been reported that Diddy hung a rapper over the balcony because he was ashy. And he said, now what's my rules? Huh? Never to be ashy? Now what you gonna do? I'm gonna dip myself in that pool of baby oil? That's right. I ain't Big Red. I'm Big Diddy, the Diggler. Welcome back to NNN where we give it to you straight, no chaser. Cassie took the stand once again, and you know, she testified during decades of abuse, being coerced into drug-fueled sex encounters, termed freak-offs. Look, every time I'm listening to these court reporters, they sound so white. It's another freak off, a freak off. No, they were. How about that? A freak off. It was a session. So now, she had the subjects. She had the motherfucker take it in the ass. She had to drink piss, and 10 years of that. And everybody saying it's Diddy's fault. I think she quite enjoyed it for her text messages. I can't wait for the next freak off. She's a freak too, goddammit. Freak it away. Yeah. She recounted the hotel assault, 2016, and that shit was 10 years ago. So that somebody pulled the strings. That tape had been circulating, but they just put it out 10 years later when they setting up Diddy for the fall. So it's just the puppet masters, Clive Davis. It's the puppet masters, Huey Jeffrey. It's the puppet masters. You know what I mean? So he'll piss somebody off, and it's hangman's court now. That motherfucker's guilty of being a freak. That's all I'm seeing so far. But now he's facing some serious charges because Capricorn Clark, his former assistant, she said that Combs kidnapped her at gunpoint.
confronted rapper Kid Cudi, who was suspected of dating Cassie. Cassie was dating hundreds of motherfuckers in front of it. What the would make Kid Cudi so special? You set up and jacked off to her by at least 100 sex workers. I'm trying to figure out what the is your problem, dude. Do you want to, or don't you want to? You just gotta watch. I think that's what it was. Kid Cudi didn't want to come over in front of you. So now he got burned his car, run his house, steal all his kids' Christmas presents. And what kind of shit is this, Diddy? Damn. Kid Cudi, he got on stage and said, he recounted the break-in at his home by calling someone with firebombing of his car. And he didn't put no gasoline on that car, just trust and believe that. It was baby oil. He baby oiled that car through some mattress and boom, it went up in flames and shit. Anyway, so you know, that's some sick kind of jealousy. You can watch it get, but you don't want to get what you out you watching. Yeah, we'll be right back after this commercial break. She's a big old freak. Just big old freak. She's free to win. Yeah.
Often have trouble sleeping, experience many dreams, and suffer from neck pain. It might be time to change your pillow. The MyPillow Cervical Traction Care Pillow is NAE certified and ergonomically designed to perfectly fit the curve of your neck. It effectively supports your cervical spine, reduces neck pressure, and helps you maintain the correct posture during sleep to prevent cervical issues. According to research data, snoring was reduced by about 6%.
And we're back. Welcome back to the internet. Check it out. Regina Ventura, that's Cassie's mother, that gave birth to the freak of the year. She says in her testimony that Combs demanded $20,000 to prevent the release of explicit videos of her daughter Cassie, leading her to take out a home equity loan to pay him. This motherfucker's worth at least $2 billion at that time. This motherfucker want $20,000 from her mama. You's a cold ass good boy. God damn, the pimping is real in your family. What the? $20,000 from a broke old woman. Check it out. Denzel was on a red carpet, and the incident. Roll the clip. Check it out.
Denzel Washington est toujours avec vous. Il a réalisé 4 longs métrages. Je vous ai parlé d'un petit show, mais aussi de Pretty Letters, Fences.
I don't know who the dumb paparazzi was, but mother D-Money, leave that brother alone. He got nice hands in that motherfucking box, and he known to knock a motherfucker in the dirt, goddammit. Now, just be cool, mother. You don't put your hands on nobody. What's wrong with you paparazzi motherfuckers? All you goddamn hunting for stories. Take a picture of a motherfucker. Take a picture of a motherfucker eat. Take a picture of a motherfucker walk across the street. Now it's a red carpet. It ain't Denzel's fault that everybody else done elbowed your little soft ass out the way. You trying to get a little glimpse of Denzel. You should position yourself better, mother. Paparazzis. Y'all gonna fuck around and find out. You're gonna fuck around and find out, trust me. And you don't want to see that, brother. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Well, he got a whole lot of pent up aggression, trust. Man, you want to touch somebody, go touch Diddy. Sure, he like it. He'll touch you back too. Usher, brothers out here in Las Vegas just he's breaking homes up. This is a home wrecker like a mother. Another old woman. You know what I mean? She's way past my cutoff age. You catch me with a show at 35, I'm holding it for the police. All I can do is show you where the old folks on this, right down that way. You know how many dicks you done seen in 35 years? Plenty. No thank you. Anyway, Usher's audiences, range from, late 20s to damn near dead. And one of the in between death and alive, Usher got the serenade. And her husband didn't like that. Check it out. You learned all that shit at Diddy Flavor Camp. Well, her husband didn't like that shit. And he divorced her. Yeah. So I don't know if Usher's gonna take her in like Diddy took him in when he was just a child. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back to NNN. Yeah, Almighty Whitey is at it again. The white supremacist terrorist group called White. Yeah, they just love marching with them little flags and dressing up like little army boys and Yeah, let's check it out. They just like marching. This is in Kansas, by the way. These same little white boys I used to whoop in school. Yeah, here we go. Oh, the white boy nation! Oh, the liberty people! And that's enough of that bullshit. Yeah. They just want America to themselves, but we were here first. Y'all the imports. It's my goddamn country, no that. Take your ass back.
Stay down, soldier! Gary, come on. Reinforcements coming from the tunnel. I'll keep us covered. You get that blast door open. On it. Local target. More of them inbound. How's that door coming?
Not the easiest lock, man. We're in.
Clear.
Europe. I always tell them Mexicans to go back to Mexico, Asians to go back to China. Take your ass back to Europe. Germany, France, England, one of them other countries over there. Y'all ain't from this motherfucker. So we either gonna all get along together or shit. Okay. You know what they listen? This is white supremacy started when slavery ended. They just miss having it in their house. You know what I mean? Having to cook your food, having to clean up for you. That's what you really love. It's deep down inside, but you're just too jealous to say it. Oh yeah, when y'all old us, you had us all up in your house, eating food, that now that we're free, wait, all of a sudden you got mad. They're not minding it no more. And I can't even call them without getting hit in the goddamn mouth. And that's how simple it is. You so filled with your own shit that you can't see beyond your own mother's nose, that long pointed mother. Yeah. Because y'all some nosy mother. To hate us that much, y'all surely concerned with what the we doing. Ain't that the truth? Abraham Traore. They tried to tempt his life once again. They sent this small white woman in a UN Red Cross lady truck. And she pulled up to the compound. And Abraham ain't no fool. He's watching where they set up at, where the electricity's at, where how many guards is in there. This don't sound like a doctor who's come to help people who are sick, and with nobody in that mother sick. And Abraham just kept giving her enough rope to hang herself, put her up, and she didn't know the whole place was bugged. She on the phone telling him everything, and he woke up in the morning. He waited till the morning, let her get up, and let her set up her little doctor's office, and then he hit her with it. Bitch, who was you calling last night at approximately 11:30 p.m.? Shut up.
Made from quality materials and designed to resist the elements. Our timeless and trending pieces will keep you lounging and dining in style this summer and for years to come. Get your furniture fast with white glove delivery in 3 days or less. And pay on your schedule with low monthly payments and no interest. Shop in store or online today. Your outdoor oasis awaits at Raymore and Flanagan.
Really, I've honestly been crushing my dating game. It's all thanks to Hims. Hims offers a wide range of ED treatments, including daily Hartman's migraines. A daily chewable ED treatment with the same active ingredients found in Cialis. This little guy builds up in your system so you're always ready when the moment's right. It's given me so much confidence that for the first time, I'm really enjoying being single. And the best part, it's a
We had to record it. Who and then put her on international TV. Of course, American media did not play it because they did not want, they didn't want people to know that, these UN caravans of help maybe really there to spy and kill motherfuckers. Y'all talking about this brother's some kind of military, and they're gonna use him to try to set up. Same thing they did with Gaddafi with Obama. They always put a black face on it to make sure, hey, that's white people with hands off. Push. Abraham Traore, man, keep going. Africa unite. It's our motherfucking resources. Now you just gonna build some stuff over there and just mine and ship it over to your motherfucking country, and then y'all get all the riches, and then the motherfucking country it came from, everybody over there poor. That's the projection y'all like to put out in the world. It just flies on it. Everybody's starving. I've been to Africa. I bought this suit right here in Africa, South Africa to be exact. So call that. They got major cities over there. They got getting it and really nice people. You know what I mean? And the South African refugees, they just, oh my God, they're all dying though. God, it ain't nobody killing no goddamn farmers. But what's wrong with you, son? Shout out to Abraham Traore. We love you over here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to catch me live at the Saks Theater inside the Miracle Mall Shops inside Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas, Nevada. 8:30, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday when I'm in town. Welcome back to NNN. We're going to sign on off this week. Look, it's been a beautiful, beautiful day today. And I hope that your day is just as beautiful as mine. Now, check it out. Robert Hinton was getting on the elevator with three white cops, and this black cop refused to let that brother take that elevator ride by himself because he could sense that they were out to whoop this brother's ass on that elevator. Check it out. don't know that cop, but that's a cool cop. And see how he's tapping his gun like, don't even try it. And one of the white officers was smiling before he got on. When he got on, that face was two different sides of the street. But if we could work together, that's all I'm saying. Stay strong. In and in, signing off.
It's amazing to see my drawings come to life. I love that animation allows me to create anything possible. I can tell my story in my way. I'm Michael Lin, and I'm a 2D animator.
Planning your entire evening around when to take your ED pill? Check out Rougiette Med. This potent ED med enters your bloodstream directly under your tongue, not through your stomach.
Hey guys, welcome back. Please leave a like so this video is recommended to others and hit that subscribe button so you can keep seeing videos just like this.
This is crazy. Guys, this is crazy. Does anybody know what's happening? You guys know? Holy crap, it looks like it's a light show. It's all over the place.
Those
Traffic,
two
this is
lights.
out of control. This is crazy. This is what is happening? Am I going out of my mind or are all the stars moving? This is the coolest thing. This is the coolest thing.
I don't think you can actually project that into the sky. They were leaving some type of trail behind. I think this video is legit. If it was just one, maybe it would be ball lightning, but like there's like 50 of them. First fault movement ever caught on video. Oh my god. That is unreal, dude. Holy crap. Wow. I didn't know that could happen. Not like that. That probably just completely destroyed all the plumbing, all the everything. Why do people do this? They'll order food and then just leave it outside for like a whole hour or the whole afternoon. All I can think of is you're baked out of your mind and you forgot you ordered food. Ice cream. Now that's a dedicated ice cream man out here finding customers in the most unlikely places. You better start running, bruh. It's oh no, not a kangaroo hopping his way menacingly to you. That did not disappoint. You definitely don't want to see that while you're holding a mimosa. Damn, that's an actual bear. Bro, people just be leaving their cars unlocked overnight. I don't know how the big one was hiding so well because I didn't even see it at first. I just saw the little one. I thought it was a person in a mask. The big one just manifested out of thin air.
This is the extraordinary moment the car split in half was on the run from police in Russia. The car initially pulled over and stopped, allowing for a police officer to get out to speak to the driver. But to the disbelief of the officer, the car split in half, with the front section speeding off down the road with the driver inside. The car eventually broke down, with the driver arrested by police.
Okay. That's not the kind of split in half I was expecting. I thought bro was gonna wrap that thing around a tree or something. Okay. That almost seemed like it was intentional. Bro definitely sped off giggling. Yeah, for sure.
A couple called the cops for noticing their neighbor hasn't responded in weeks. What they find is horrifying. Diane and her boyfriend report their neighbor's trailer after calling the police for a welfare check, since he hasn't been seen leaving his property in weeks. But little did they know something haunting would be captured.
Light was off.
That's right. While reporting the scene, the man's life was discovered. They noticed just by a police car, the dark silhouette of a suspect identificates his scene, watching. They didn't notice as the figure seems to vanish every so often through the video.
That actually, hold on.
Something about this figure seems to have some sort of unease.
That looked legit. It does vanish after the cop walks right by it. That seemed pretty legit to me. What? I guess the siren's broken now. If I'm in need of an ambulance and they pull up doing that, at least it'll lighten my mood a little bit. It'll give me a good chuckle, you know?
Oh, get out of there now. It's a cult. She's in a cult. This is Scientology. It's literally a cult. They don't want to mess with it. She's gonna lock you in. You better get out of there. It's a cult.
Blank stare in the face. No reaction. Survival instincts of a pickle. Yeah, exactly. It is pretty suspicious that they have a button that locks the doors, right? It sounds like something like a P. Diddy type dude would have.
Y'all deal with that. Y'all deal with that. Pull out a whole spot out right here. Nice stuff. Corner pots.
Just a minute, please.
Para eliminar. É muito. Já estão. É muito. Já estão.
I had to double check, man. That's malfunction. But this lady over here definitely looks kind of freaked out. I don't know what that's about. I'd like to know what event this is from. I'm too lazy to Google what country or what they're even talking about. I'm gonna say he's a demon. He sounds like one. How do I get to my house with 3 blank bears?
Susan, how do you get in and out of your house? The first bears there, and I just park my car. And then I drive in. And then there's no bear. You see?
Oh no.
There are 3 bears in the house.
Oh my god.
I walk.
Some of my students, they have never been to school, they don't know how to read, they don't know how to write, even in their own native language. For them, it's a different future. When they are able to read, the thing that we are taking for granted, reading, that's a different.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I feel like it would have been better if she would have just drove up to the house, not walk like 30 feet where you're completely vulnerable. That's just my opinion. I'd hate to be the Amazon delivery person. Yes, dear God, yes. Amazon or the mailman.
If a person hangs out with a group of schizophrenics for long enough, that person will start to develop schizophrenia. And we have no idea why. Schizophrenia is not a bug, you can't catch it. It's called schizoaffective disorder by proximity. Or in a more broader sense, it's called shared psychosis. Although we don't understand how hanging out with groups of schizophrenics can make you schizophrenic, we also don't understand where schizophrenia comes from in general. Speaking of schizophrenia, there is only one group of people that have never been diagnosed with schizophrenia, and that's blind people. More specifically, people born blind. There has never been one person who is born blind diagnosed with schizophrenia, and we don't know why that's the case either. Also, first world countries are the only countries that report negative thoughts or connotations when referring to schizophrenia. For some reason, if you live in a developing country, most people who have schizophrenia have positive thoughts, not something like a little demon on your shoulder whispering in your ear. People who are spiritually enlightened, pastors, rabbis, and priests, have an 80% higher chance of being diagnosed with schizophrenia. We have all of these correlations, but we don't know a causation.
What do they mean it's contagious? That's confusing. Bro, I swear scientists have no idea how our brains work. They have no idea, bro. There's so many things they don't understand about our brains. They caught a vibe. Literally, if you think about it, that's what it is. They catch a vibe. It's not a good one, but they still caught it.
What in the Camp Crystal Lake Jason Voorhees type am I delivering in?
This is the Amazon driver they were talking about that has to deliver to that lady's house that has all the bears. This is what he has to go through on a daily basis. Oh, God. It just kept going, too. They're on the way to the liquor store. How did this person know to be recorded? That was so random. What the hell, Bruce? Oh! It had to be the clown. It just had to be the clown, bro. Oh, man, that's horrible. Somebody's never seen Vivarium, I guess. That's all these new Lennar homes now, man. They're like copy and paste. It's horrible. I swear they're like squeezing us into smaller and smaller spaces. It's all to get us used to the you will own nothing and be happy. That's what that is. They're pushing us all in that direction.
Now, just for context, the person recording this was visiting this museum after his father came here a few days ago. His dad told him that there was something off about this place. He doesn't know why, but the exhibition that's dedicated to a woman known as Maria Sabina creeps him out, whether it's because her wax statue looks a little too real or her history with witchcraft. The whole exhibition scares him, but after watching this video that his son took, there's no way that he's coming back to this place now. The following is what his son captured at the exhibition of Maria Sabina. Have a look.
Damn, that does look real.
Now, just for context, the person recording this was visiting this museum.
Did it move? Oh, hell no. Nah, bro. Is that not a real person? That looks like a real person. I swear that don't look like a wax step.
Often have trouble sleeping, experience many dreams, and suffer from neck pain. It might be time to change your pillow.
True. You know, way only in Florida. Just going on a Sunday stroll. I had never seen an alligator look so happy. Like, why does he actually look happy? That's a happy alligator, bro.
On May 15th, a woman posted a TikTok that goes by Brave, and thinking no one would believe her, she begins recording when her and her dog Jonesy witnessed something terrifying.
Ugly.
Damn, Josie man.
It's just been staring at them like you just heard barking. And you brown. Brown like you booked it. I don't know. It's usually like her skins when she's waiting for me to come home and I'm just like, you just know what kind of person you make.
Now the dog's behavior makes sense when you take note that they have a small graveyard right in front of their house, and it doesn't only attract Jonesy, but it also attracts cows. Except they don't own any cows, and whether it's day or night, these cows seem to gravitate towards this graveyard. And on the following day, something happens when she picks up her DoorDash that to this day she cannot explain. Here's that clip. Take a look.
I don't trust that cow, man.
She explains how it felt when someone was right next to her to hold her with their full force, and she was even nervous to post this video due to how it would look. Regardless,
I don't buy it, man. What do y'all think? I feel like the acting was a little much at the end. I was with it up until the cow. That was a creepy cow. But that last part, man, I don't buy it.
Como o povo diz que os bichos ali em casa não são normais. Mas eu não sei por que o povo diz isso, né? Porque os bichos aqui são tudo. O que é isso, Bequinha? Aqui Dona Cusca tomando a cerejinha dela. Ela comeu ali com o carro, né? E assim é, gente. Assim é os animais aqui em casa.
Bro, you told me that's not doo-doo on the wall. Oh damn, that was overstimulating. Lady lives in Zootopia. That little bird on the scooter was just having the time of his life. Him and the dog driving the Porsche. I love this. This is what the internet was made for. His faces pop up in the middle of Times Square. Are they like claymation?
1540 Broadway. That's just the address.
Damn, is that a threat? Are they letting everyone know they're watching us?
They just took the Annabelle doll out of her case like that. Yeah, you know, this doll, one of the most haunted dolls in recorded history. I mean, many stories of people seeing her or even touching her with their not supposed to and having tragic things happen to them. I mean, the last person that touched her was driving their car, cranking the whole entire car, almost losing their life, and claimed to have seen Annabelle in the backseat. After, of course, the million-dollar question for me is, how is this wooden box holding her? I completely understand that the boxes are blessed. If Annabelle is as strong as people say she was, how is this box working? And what is the whole point of doing it? And my question is, could these Annabelle movies be lying about how actually strong she is? Because in these movies, she's absolutely insane. And you have this man moving the Annabelle doll as instructed by his boss, and he's now being blessed. Supposedly in this video, the man was blessed prior to entering. Now he's putting holy water on his hands. Now my man was just wearing gloves when he moved the Annabelle. You couldn't pay me enough to move this doll, my job or not. As we know, the Annabelle doll is located at Edinburgh Recording Museum. But what's the whole point of moving it? Me personally, I wouldn't go anywhere near it. I guess once again, the million-dollar question is, how is this wooden box holding her? Personally, you can take it.
It's on tour. They're taking it across the U.S. They took it to Louisiana, and right after that, a plantation burnt down, and like 10 dudes escaped from prison, and they're on the run. And I think they all did like horrible things, like unaliving. So I don't know, man. That might be proof that that thing's cursed. Oh, look, here we go. Plantation. Burn completely down, bro. It's gone.
Adobe Creative Cloud, it's a fantastic toolkit for me. It's the same as my scissors, my pen, my inks. It's part of my craft.
So last night he used him. Honestly, nothing better than when a guy breaks this out.
I seriously can't stop thinking about him.
Hims.
Thank you for the best night of my life.
PSA to guys out there, we love when you Hims.
If he pops one of these, I know what's coming.
Hims. Discover longer, better times in the bedroom. Get started today at Hims.com.
It is gone. That's right after they brought the doll over there. I'm just saying, man, coincidence? I don't know, maybe. Oh, look, and here's the dudes that escaped.
The Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office says that 11 inmates had escaped from the Orleans Justice Center. It happened this morning when a head count revealed that the inmates were missing. The jail is located about 2 miles from Bourbon Street. Officials now urging the community to use extreme caution, warning that these 10 inmates who are still on the loose should be considered armed and dangerous, and you do not want to get anywhere close to them.
You know, Kara, there's a lot of information that's still unknown coming from law enforcement. Obviously, we know that this happened this morning, as you mentioned. Right now, all local law enforcement have been notified to be on the lookout, but there was a press conference that just happened not too long ago, and it was ended very quickly without a whole lot of information being given to local media and local people that were there from the public about exactly how this could have happened and why it was that they didn't alert the public for several hours after really recognizing that this had happened, that this escape had happened, and that so many people had been that had gotten out. What we do know also is that one of the inmates has been caught, but there still are several other out on the loose right now. And their charges is what people really want to know about. What exactly were they in jail for? What should people be aware of?
See, I'm telling you, I think that doll is cursed. Is cursed, bro. I think they already caught like 3 of them, the dumbest ones. I think one of them went straight back to his house, his registered address that he has with the government. Complete genius. The other 2, I'm not sure how they caught them.
Is anybody hungry? I just feel like everybody's got to be hungry right now. Good. I was hoping you'd say that because I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza. And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza?
I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes leftover for the pizza. All the boxes. Okay. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about. Yeah. And Jay reach out yet? Nah, he goes.
And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza?
I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes leftover for the pizza. All the boxes. Okay. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about. Yeah. And Jay reach out yet? Nah, he goes.
Bro, the whole pizza thing, it's so stupid. I swear it's like a South Park episode. The way he's telling him to get rid of the pizza boxes, it's so obvious it's code. Who does he think he's fooling? Diddy is cooked, bro. He is so cooked. They're wrong. Like, it's not funny, but it is. It is, because it's just so stupid.
Scientists in Colombia are claiming that they found and confirmed a piece of alien technology for the first time ever. If you haven't heard, about a week ago, an orb was reported by the locals flying around the lands of Colombia until it was struck by lightning and fell out of the sky. It was then recovered by a civilian, and although the government asked them to hand it over, they refused to and instead handed it over to a group of scientists. Scientists then proceeded to perform tests and x-rays on the orb, which ultimately led to the conclusion that the object was of unknown origin. Now, the orb has strange symbols and something written on it in a very strange language, which was apparently decoded by AI. According to AI, the orb talks about the origin of birth through union and energy, as well as individual consciousness. Now, I've been seeing mixed reviews about this whole situation. While some people believe that this is a breakthrough and we're finally being told about alien technology, others believe that this is absolute nonsense and could just be some sort of elaborate hoax. But leave a like and let me know what you think about this in the comments.
I don't think AI could decode that. AI can't even figure out Sumerian text. It's too hard. I don't think it could figure out alien language.
This Italian artist sold an invisible sculpture for $18,000. Yes, you heard me right. An invisible sculpture. He says you don't see it, but it exists. It is made of air and spirit. This is next level finessing. You just handed 18 bands and walked away with nothing but your thoughts and imagination. See, you walked in the room with already. At this point, you see this art piece behind me? That's only going for 10 bands. That's $8,000 discount. Come get mine. I literally can't believe this is real. I can't believe this actually happened. This dude says he insists the sculpture exists in air and spirit within a 5 by 5 foot space and is meant to stimulate the imagination. Yeah, you got me. Where was this display at? Who carried it home? Did it fit in your car? You telling me you came home to your wife and you 18K short in your account and you told her, what, honey? Just imagine this.
The salesman of the year right there, or artist, whichever way you want to look at it. That's almost as crazy as that banana that was taped to the wall. Only because I think that one was like for way more. How much did that one go for? Like 100K? I want to know who bought this. I got some things I want to sell you.
Huge savings end soon. Don't miss the Memorial Day sale at Raymore and Flanagan with up to 30% off across the store.
This ride is unhinged. Is it like a bootleg Jurassic Park? What the hell, dude? Nah, bruh. I think that actually makes it more terrifying. I'd be scared that the ride was gonna break down at any second and like the T-Rex's head was gonna fall and crush me. That's actually horrifying in a way they did not intend to be. Okay, so that's all I have today. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you're awesome and I appreciate you. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.